for the week. If it's good, we'll try a second one even. So the value of the cards in Betrayers, and we're going to be doing a Champions, Betrayers. Let's get rid of that echo. Champions, details, play points. Here we go. The value of the cards is pretty low. Goryo's Vengeance and Threads are basically the only ones that have any value. Goryo's Vengeance is not particularly playable. Threads is fine. No Ice Bridge is okay, but unlikely to be played. The shows are not very good either. And playing, their value is decent enough. Jitte is probably the best limited card to ever exist, so we'll pick that if we get it. Kira's pretty solid. Ink Ice is great. Surprised the value is so high. And then we're at Ninja the Deep Hours, which is something I'll also play. So, other than the Shoals, Tendo Ice Bridge, and Goryo's Vengeance, the high value cards are also decent picks. The format itself is very similar to Triple Champions. The only difference is blue is a little bit stronger of a deck, and the combo middle deck is a lot worse. So that's really all that's going on here. Oh, hey, here we go. We already got started. And this is the old style, so we start with the 2 old packs and then get the new pack. Alright, so picks that we have. I think that Teller of Tales is pretty good. Kodama's Reach can definitely put us in a really strong position. Nodachi is a powerful piece of equipment, so for me, I'd either go with the Nodachi or the Kodama's Reach. I do like how Nodachi doesn't really commit us to anything, and any addition to power is really strong since a lot of these creatures you notice have higher toughness than power. So getting +2 power and first strike can go a long way to sort of pushing you into a position. For me, I would probably do Nodachi, Kodama's Reach, and then Teller of Tales in that order. And while we wait on that, let's look a little bit more at what we're looking for. There's not really any particularly super valuable commons or uncommons other than the Ghostly Person and Sensei's Divinator, which we got a bunch of last time, and they're both good cards, which is also weird. Okay, so I could see picking up black cards. Black's fine in this set, and I do like Cursed Ruin. It's a stronger card than it looks because this ability is better than it looks. I could also take Mystic Restraints because blue is better because the third pack is better with blue. Or Blood Rights, just being able to activate your Spirit Craft when you want to. I think I'm going to go for more of a beatdown orientation and try the Cursed Ruin. 4 mana for a 1/1 with Bushido 1 seems pretty bad at first glance, but the fact that it pumps and that it can attack fairly well on its own is not too bad at all. Alright, so Kami Voldstone's okay without being great. Root Runner is very powerful. So is the Kitsune Blade Master if we're going super aggro, but I kind of like Scuttling Death here. It's a black card I would like to play. There are a lot of spirits that I would like to play in black, and it's going to push me towards that direction. I think it's a better overall card than Kitsune Blade Master as well, unless you get really low to the ground. Alright, I don't think Night Dealings is particularly playable. Initiative Blood. I'm not really sure how good Initiative Blood is. I do like a 5/5 for 6. And there are blue cards. 2 blue cards that I think are okay. And both worse than a 5/5 for 6. That's just really big in this format. Alright. We don't really have any particularly super direction to go right now. I like Scuttling Death. If we can beat Rain, I like Moss Kami. Cursed Run is good if we're mostly black. I'm not sure which direction we're still going in, but I do know that I have an Nodachi to go with it. So, all is not lost. I'm gonna tinker with all of this, okay. Aura of Domination. Tap an untapped creature you control, untap enchanted creature. That's weird. without being great. Okay, Wicked Akuba is here, and this is the kind of payoff card that I like, and Kodama's Might is here. So I really like both of these cards. I also like Villainous Ogre. So we just have to kind of decide here if we're going to be black enough to make Wicked Akuba good, or if we're going to pick up a lot of Splice cards and consider Kodama's Might. And I think I'd just rather really be black and just take the Wicked Akuba. It's a little bit of a risky call. Alright. We could take the Vine Kami, but I want to be lower to the ground, and I like these Kodama's Mights, and I'm going to start trying to pick a couple of them up. It would be really cool to be black-green, low to the ground. I don't think you usually see that deck. And then we've got white cards coming around later than we should. Maybe we should be off of white. Maybe we should be black-white. Low to the ground. I think I'm going to take Callous Deceiver here and try to stay on track and have a very focused deck. Alright. So we've got Orochi Ranger, which I don't mind, and Tensagota's Maul, which I don't think we will have enough legendary creatures that are low to the ground, so let's take the low to the ground card. Nope. So I could take Honor Worn Shakura in case I want to go bigger. I could take Kami the Painted Road in case I end up going white. I think I'd rather have the ramp. Yeah, we'll just take another black card. It's not great. I don't want to play it. Alright, we'll take a powerful white Splice spell in case we end up there. And Brad's joining us. We are in a much, much better...
A black deck, nice.
Well, we're in a low-to-the-ground black deck. We may be playing green, we may not. We got past 2 Kodama's Mights. We took the second one. The first one we passed for Wicked Akuba, which is one of the best black cards here.
Nice.
In fact, Wicked Akuba is the kind of card that was in Standard, helped define the black-white beatdown decks. Just black-black for a 2-2, which at the time was very, very good. This is back Ravnica Kamigawa time. And then you could just pay black to drain after they had dealt damage. So, this is the kind of card that you'd still play today. Maybe not in Standard now with how strong the creatures are, but probably it could see a spot. And it saw a really good spot back then. Alright.
This was the first time Mono Black was good, right?
No, the first time Mono Black was good was when they had Phyrexian Negator, which was 2 and a black for a 5/5 with Trample.
Ah.
It had other abilities,
This
but
is
they
the
didn't
second time Mono Black was good.
No, the second time Mono Black was good was when they printed Dark Ritual and Hypnotic Spectre together, and you could turn one Hypnotic Spectre. Mono Black has been a very good deck for a long time. It's actually worse now than it... Okay, we'll go ahead and take another card that we may or may not play. So white might be the color we end up in instead of black, green. Like, we have...
Yeah, I mean,
Two-
green's a little weaker now that the third pack is out.
A little bit, but... All I know is that we're
3
black.
green cards, so...
Yeah. One of which is very good.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so we could take the Lord.
Or destroy target spirit, or the Soul Shift guy.
So the interesting thing about the Lord is there's only like 2 ways to kill him in the entire thing. So if you resolve him, he's great. If I'm going to take a green card, we're going to take Kami of the Hunt. It's 2/2 that attacks as a 3/3 often. If we're going to take a white card, we're going to take Konda. But
Yeah.
I don't like that quite as much because I don't know if I want to be slower. Maybe we take Kami of the Hunt and hope that Scuttling Death or when Spirit comes back around and just stay
If we're
low.
just taking the most powerful card, it's probably Gonda.
I think we're in a deck. We're in a deck that I think is going to try to be lower because if we're taking powerful cards, our Wicked Akuba and our Cruel Deceiver are much worse. Or our Wicked Akuba and our Curse
So
are
we
much
want, we want Scuttling Death or Rin Spirit then? Because it's removal or a good Soul Shift guy?
I think I'd rather have the Kamis that are going to reward me for playing it. Like, this gets +1/+1 every time you play one of most of your spells. And it's the spirits we want to get back with the Scuttling Death. I'd like Scuttling Death to be our high end.
Okay.
Rin. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
fine.
There we go. There's the other general. Apparently,
Wow.
White Samurai was open, but let's see what else is coming around here. But I think that our pick is just a 4-mana 4/3, which
It's
is,
pretty powerful.
for this set, it is very good.
That's fine.
Somebody's going to have a cool white deck, and we're going to try to be underneath them. Alright, so now we have another interesting kind of picks here. Bergrafter, solid. Scuttling Death is good. But we could also take Blood Speaker, because there are quite a few demons around, and this searches them up. It lets us get powerful cards repeatedly, and we can start focusing on demons then, and have a sub-theme of powerful demon cards to go with this Ogre. What we're really giving up is a Bergrafter for that, which is another fine card. I'm not sure which way we go. I like both of these. This is the more powerful option. We have to see the demons. We saw demons late last time, though. Usually, people don't take them because they require ogres, so I think I want to try that out. Bergrafter's definitely the safer pick. Oh, rewarded! We have 3 great black cards here.
Nice.
Somebody's gonna have a really sweet Samurai deck. Alright, Pull Under is solid removal. The Ronin is fine as well.
I don't think you're getting that demon on the wheel, though.
Yeah. Alright, well then... There's a lot of white just hanging around.
Yep.
Okay, so we can either take the Vine Kami or the Ashen Zubra. I think I'd rather have my first Vine Kami. Now, white isn't as open the other way. Oh, hey now. That's a demon we can get behind, right?
Yeah.
That's a demon I can get behind. Or we could take Nazumi Cutthroat. It's less powerful, but it does usually just go unblocked.
That Pit Lord is really hard to beat.
Alright. It's kind of hard to get to 9 mana.
That's true.
Alright, so I'll take another Kami the Wild. Again, Kabuto Moth. So white is open. Green is open. It looks like...
What colors are people taking? I mean...
I'm still not sure what people are taking for which card. Let's go ahead and just get a mana fixing creature that we're probably not going to play.
I don't know, I think we probably should have gone into white. Ended up with white, black, soul shift. Spirit, soul shift. Whatever they call it.
Black hasn't been as open this way. Green's been open this way. I think that, 2 of the cards we saw that were super attractive were rares.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like to speculate on multiple rares coming through, but we could have because we had some amount of white cards coming through.
Yeah. We did fine. Whatever.
What we're not seeing is a lot of the flying soul shift cards, which I think are the ones that are getting snapped up. Okay. So I can take Death Cursed Ogre, which I'm considering because having more than one ogre is important. Or we could take Humble Budoka.
Yeah, we don't have very many 2-drops, so...
So we should probably take the 2-drop and then the 3-drop. It's nice that guy wheeled. That guy's actually very solid.
Mm-hmm.
So black is definitely one of the colors we should be in.
And we are.
I actually really like this deck. There could be a position where we end up cutting these higher drops that are powerful. And
Maybe.
just end up in a very low to the ground deck.
It seems like we're gonna get into a board stall, though.
Cards like cards like Kami the Hunt help with that.
Yeah.
Or the 4/3. Like you might have noticed when we were playing our last deck, a lot of our guys didn't have power to kill a 4 toughness creature.
Yep, that's true.
Blood Ogre does make me want to play the Pit Lord. Just having 2 good demon targets. I want a second solid...
I don't want to play against the Zubera, really.
You'd rather get rid of the Zubera? Sure.
Yeah.
Alright, so now we're in pack 3. And we're specifically looking for cards like Goryo's Vengeance, the Shoals, Jitte, etc.
Yep. I don't
Alright,
think
what is
that's
this?
worth anything.
Target, opponent, whenever... Okay, that looks like a card I would play, though.
That actually looks like a very good top end. Especially since it's a demon.
Yeah. Or we could take Gnarled Mass. I know that doesn't look impressive, but it's one of the best cards on rate.
It is the best. It is a good 3/3 for 3. I don't know. That other guy seems like it in games. So.
Alright. We'll take our second 6-drop here.
I love the ninjutsu guys.
There's a couple options here. I don't want to take another 5-drop. I think I actually want to take Gnarled Mass and see if we can wheel that and just run more 3s and just start really focusing on our curve in this last pack. I do agree that the Ninjutsu guys are more powerful on their own, but I think I'd rather be able to just play more cards.
Well, yeah, and I would rather have more Gnarled Masses than 4 or 5 drop ninjutsus.
So right now, I'm hoping we get a lower curve, and we can actually end up just cutting the Pit Lord and make Kaio our top one. Just because
I would be happy cutting the Moss Kami and above.
That's where I'd like to be at.
Yeah. And if that's not possible, I'm okay playing the Pit Lord, because if it comes down, it should basically kill everything.
Usually, if you have any sort of life total to go with it.
Nope, that's an uncommon land. It's not worth anything.
So here, I'm probably going to take the Shinobi, just because we're not likely to play any of these other cards. Stir to the Grave is playable, but I'd rather just have creatures.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so I like a 2-mana 2/1. I like Genju the Defense is good if we have enough black, but it requires a lot of mana. So I think I just want to have another quick creature.
And it might let us abuse some enters battlefield trigger, though I don't think there are any.
There's not really in the set.
So,
combat 2 player.
Ninjutsu would be incredibly powerful with today's sets. The Fierce Soul Shift 5's okay. I like the Gnarled Best better.
Yeah, actually, I think Bloodspeaker. No, never mind. It's just upkeep. Yeah, there's not. I don't think there's any Enter the Battlefield effects in Betrayers, and I don't remember any in Champions. But that might have been an intentional thing with how powerful Soul Shift would have been with the other effects. That's a cool card. Let's take our Crawling Filth. You know what we could take? We could take Vital Surge, in case we don't want another 6-drop, but we do want to be able to splice into Arcane. So let's.
I don't think we're playing that.
If we're racing,
I don't think we're playing Crawling Filth either. So, whatever one you think we'd play more.
Okay, we have 2 Kami of the Hunt, Kodama's Reach, and Kaio. So those all make me want to play Vital Surge. Crawling Filth makes me want to play, because then I can get Scuttling Death. I want to try Vital Surge.
I mean, if you're in a racing situation, that'll be a fun card.
Let's take Call for Blood.
That doesn't seem terrible.
No. Let's take another Call for Blood. Wait.
I actually like Taproot Kami.
What about Roar of Jukai? For each, if you control forest, each block creature gets +2/+2. So, do I want another piece of removal, or do I want a card that it's a defensive trick?
I don't really want a defensive trick.
So you think we want Taproot Kami, huh?
I don't think we're playing 2 Call for Blood, so. Sure, why not? Surge again.
Okay. Well, so we have 2 Call for Bloods, 2 Taproot Kamis, or a Roar of the Jukai.
Whatever you want to take. Taproot Kami is probably the best for defense.
I don't know if we want defensive cards, but there might be matches where we want multiples of them, or we're playing a slower match and having an 0/6 is nice.
Yeah.
Taproot Kami is an annoying
Really,
card.
you don't want to ever have to play that. But if it wins us the game, whatever.
You know, if we need to sideboard into a deck that's very slow, and we're bringing in the Vine Kamis and the Kuros and all that, then I can see that happening.
Yep.
I mean, right now it still looks like we are playing the Kuros and stuff, which is unfortunate. Yeah, let's not play against that card. White was very open. I think we should have been either green-white or black-white. It's hard to say.
Blackout would have been really fun.
We don't have the cards that make black-white good, though. We have a lot of aggressive black cards. And there were like 1 or 2 more controlling black cards we could have had. And that's it. Tallowisp is pretty light. So it's not like we would have had some sort of sick black-white deck. Like, there's obvious... Oh, let's take another Vital Surge.
Another one.
Yeah, so black-white, very open.
Well, we ended up getting Crawling Filth anyway.
Alright. So, this is interesting. put our deck building hats on and see which way we go. We have a lot of options. I'm going to try to make it as lean as possible. Somebody's got some sweet decks out there, and I'd like to kill them before they can play sweet cards. Are you in for killing people before they play sweet cards, Brad?
Well, so we've only got one cut.
There might be other cards we can pull in. Well, we just don't have that many cuts. We needed to pick up a couple more playables, and they just didn't quite get there to be super aggressive. Now, we could run Call for Blood. And we have multiple Kami of the Hunt and Kadama's Might to make Vital Surge a card that just says activate spirits and arcanes, which isn't bad.
Do we have enough spirits to make the Devouring Greed worth it?
Devouring Greed is broken, so we would only get to do one. Train them for 2.
Oh. Still? Still broken?
I think so. If it wasn't, then it would be great in our deck, because we have 1, 2...
I mean, we should play it assuming it's not broken, right?
Sure.
'Cause that's what we would do if we knew it wasn't broken.
Okay, well, if we're in this position, then I can make some cuts. So I like this leaner deck. We can pull in Crawling Filth, Scuttling Death, and Kuro and Vine Kami against slower decks. So let's actually see what our curve looks like. See, I like how many 3-drops we have that are really solid. I also like that we don't have a lot of instants and sorceries. Alright, now how many of these creatures are bad? Skull Snatcher is bad. I mean, the ability can be relevant. You can get rid of Soul Shift cards, obviously. Humble Bodoka, Orochi Ranger. So that means we have 2 pretty solid 2-drops, and 3 fine, and the other ones are fine. I don't have a high bar for 2-drops, though. The 3-drops we have, that's okay without being great. The Kamis and the Normal Mass is great. So we've got 4 really good 3-drops.
Now, what if we go ahead and play the Pit Lord, knowing that we may not be able to play it, but knowing that it would end them if we do play it? Or, I mean, you could say the same for the Vine Kami.
I'd rather play the Pit Lord than the Vine Kami because the Pit Lord's going to win you more games.
Yeah, the Pit Lord is pretty hard to play against. Because they can't get in combat with you, basically.
Okay, well, what do you want to cut for? You want to cut the Vital Surge, probably.
That seems to be the best thing to cut.
Do we have anything else that cares about? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
What, Kami of the Hunts that cares about Arcane?
We have 5 cards. We have 2 Kami of the Hunts, Kami of the Waning Moon, Kirio, and Kadama's Might.
But we do get a super powerful demon.
Okay, so then we need to make another cut for that. We can either cut Call for Blood. We don't have that many high power creatures. I like it with Scuttling Death, Blood Speaker, and that's really about it.
Yeah, I think we just don't have big enough creatures to really make that worthwhile.
Alright.
Huh.
Seems like a weird place to be. Let's add our basic lands.
9 and 8.
Yeah, so if we end up playing a slower deck, so if we become a slower deck, then the cards I want to pull in, let's go ahead and stack them up over here because there's quite a few. We end up adding a little bit more green mana. And plus 9. So we have the ability to become a much slower deck. The reason I don't want to be a much slower deck is we don't have that much flying.
Or that much good removal.
There's not that much good removal in the set. There's a couple uncommons. There's one common that's real good, but we didn't see it. Yeah. The only position we could be different in is I took Wicked Akuba over the first Kadama's Might, so we could have had 2 Kadama's Mights and 1 Wicked Akuba, which in the long stretch would have been better because then we would have been more even on colors. But I was hoping that mono black or near mono black would be more open, and Wicked Akuba is a much better card when it's great than Kodama's Might.
So, how does ninjutsu work on the client? Do we know?
Nope. But I
Okay.
assume we attack, and then we get priority, and then we can ninjutsu cards in.
After they don't block, right?
Yeah, after blockers are declared.
Because
it has to
that's
be
how,
after-
that's how ninjutsu works.
Right, so they would declare blockers, there'd be no blockers declared, and then we would ninjutsu in, and then they can kill our cards once they're ninjutsu'd in, but they can't kill our cards in response to ninjutsu.
Yes. So, I guess the main thing we need to do is make sure we have that stop in place, because it's been resetting our stops a lot.
Yep, we'll double check on that.
That'll be a very fun ninjutsu if we hit them with that, because discarding 2 cards seems
Well, we have
painful.
2 decent ninjutsu guys. Like, the guy that exiles 2 guys is not bad. Very often, exiling their 2 best spirit cards is basically just making them discard those cards. Like, exiling cards out of the graveyard is a very good ability. We would like to play first.
That is
let's
a
keep-
lot of lands.
4 and 2 is fine.
Yeah, 5 lands I would have pushed. Go down to 6.
I agree. But I also really like the current Cursed Run. It's the kind of card where you can attack, and they're like, oh, of course I won't block your 3/3, and then you flash in your Okibi Gang Shinobi, and it usually only takes 1 hit for you to win the game.
I hope that's the case.
Me too.
Oh, that's going to be a heck of a curve right there.
Yeah? I mean, look at
2
this.
and 2 into a 3 into a ninjutsu 4.
Look at our sweet buff dude, too.
And now does Shroud mean we can't target it with ninjutsu? I bet it doesn't.
No, I don't. Ninjutsu isn't a targeting ability.
Alright, so be sure you play the forest here. And attack.
We'll show them our ripped 2/2. So interesting, Kamigawa is the first block where humans started getting ripped, and we started seeing humans that were bigger than 2 power. Because there was some sort of thematic thing back in the day.
Well,
about
it's
humans.
steroids.
Yeah. I think the biggest human is actually the Teamer guy, the Teamer clan leader. He's the 6/6 with Flash.
Yeah, probably.
In all fairness, though, as a 6/6 with Flash is comparable to most demons, so I guess that man can just, like, rip demons in half. That's kind of intense.
Yep.
I don't think I could manage that.
Still not as muscular as a Chroma.
Okay. We'll play
Alright,
land.
so we probably want to ninjutsu our
2/2.
2/2 back to the 3 guy. Now, do we do this in damage step or in block step?
There we go. Okay.
Well, so they haven't played anything, so it's really.
That's fine. Yeah, they have a Ren Flesh.
Oh.
We could have waited. That's irritating.
Yep.
Alright, so we have 5 mana, so I think we should just play 2 creatures.
Yeah. Looks like it.
Or we could play 1 creature that's more powerful.
But it's not big enough to get through that anyway, so.
It's 2/2. That gets bigger. So it pumps. This is only a 2/1.
Oh, okay, so that one can't even attack, so you might as well play the biggest one.
Yeah.
Hey, you could have faked the attack there. You probably should have.
And this would have blocked.
They might would have. They might not would have.
I don't think there's a single spell that makes me not block.
They may not know that.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't lose anything.
That's true. Okay.
Alright, so I think we want to start by attacking.
Yes.
Now you You want to try to leave a black mana open, otherwise he can sacrifice that creature to get your creature, but I'm not too worried about him doing that.
Okay, so we're going to spend 4 mana
No, I think...
and let him trade his Scuttling Death for our Cruel Deceiver.
What?
And leave 1 black open.
Oh, you don't want to pump at least once? Because...
No, because we need the mana, because we're playing 2 spells this turn.
Oh, I don't see any reason in playing the...
Cruel Deceiver, so he tries to kill it with Scuttling Death. Because it can get Death Touch.
Oh, okay.
So he'll probably kill it at some point. And if he doesn't kill it this turn, we have a very wide board that can attack.
Okay.
And the Nezumi Ronin is actually a much better card than the Cruel Deceiver in this position. Okay, so now you can tap down the Cruel Deceiver, which...
Well, not next turn. Not on our next attack.
Right. And all of our creatures can attack.
Now, don't we need a land on top or something?
Yeah, but we can just look at the top card and fake a land regardless. So, like, we can look at the top card, or we can just attack with everything. It's a pretty risky block. Just put that there. But I think we're going to fake it, because we don't have anything else to do with the mana. Okay.
Now, it entered the revealed, but that's only revealed to us, right?
Yeah.
That's really weird.
So you want to attack with this?
Go for it. Now, if it entered the revealed zone for him too, then...
Yeah.
But it's a spirit, though. We can actually devour and greet it.
It's a sorcery.
Never mind. So, is there a way you can click the revealed and see if he can see it? Because he's calling our bluff.
Okay, so if we pump,
By 3, that's enough.
but he gives it -1/-1.
What do you mean? He can't block sack, so... Alright, so...
Yeah.
You gotta let that one resolve. Wait a minute. It's supposed to be one bigger, isn't it?
Bushido just went off.
Oh, okay.
I'm also fine with this trade. We get through 5 damage, our 2/1 dies, his 4/2 dies. Like, he has some sort of trick, which is fine. It's an awesome trick. Oh, he gets to redirect 3 damage.
Oh, so nothing died.
No. 2 of our
Except
things
that
died.
One of our things died.
2 of our things died. Our 2/1 died and our 3/3 died. Shining Shoal's a really good card. Oh no, he just traded that way. Okay, well that's actually not nearly as bad.
Where did Shining Shoal's damage go?
Back to Kurt's run. He moved some of the damage, but he didn't move enough of it. I would have killed the 3/3, but... Okay.
Well, he's at 9, so... That's impressive.
Yeah, you can't... He's ninjutsuing something, sure. He's ninjutsuing the 4/4, or the 3/2. Alright, so do we want to discard Kuro and Devouring Greet, right?
Yeah, we don't have any spirits, so...
We have 1, but sure. Alright.
No point in ninjutsu, and we'll just attack, right?
Yeah, we'll attack both of our creatures. And
And
then we'll
we'll
play both.
play both of our creatures.
Yeah. If we ninjutsu for 1, we won't have enough to cast everything, so that's fine. We've got a Rat Samurai! Alright, so we still have a pretty decent board. His Diviner can tap down our 3/3. And then we can attack with a 2/2 and a 4/2. Or a 3/1. So if they don't attack, then yeah. Then we're not in a great spot.
Well, they're not going to attack. They'll probably die.
Alright, so we attack with these two creatures.
We'll go to combat, and he'll tap something.
He'll tap the 3/3 because it's the only thing he can tap.
It makes more sense for him not to, I think.
Why?
Because he can just block it with his 1/7.
But then he can't block the rest of our creatures. Alright, do we attack with our 4, it's essentially 4/2 and our 2/2?
I think we do because we're winning.
Yeah, I do too.
Like, he has to have another trick. I don't think we attack with a ninjutsu guy.
I actually like that attack a lot because we have the Wicked Akuba, which means next turn we can attack with everything. He'll probably tap down the Wicked Akuba because it represents so much damage.
What I would do. But then he can't tap down the 3/3, so he's
Right.
going to take 2.
He's going to take 5. Never mind.
That guy's so difficult to beat.
For a beatdown deck, yeah.
So we have some big creatures. We have a guy for that to go get, right?
Yep.
Can we cast the guy that he goes to get?
Yep.
We need
It's
one
our
more
5/4.
mana. Okay. I thought it cost... Okay. I'm thinking of the 6-drop. We also have a 5-drop.
So here's the thing with Blood Speaker. It multiple times gets us creatures as well.
Yep.
So no attacks. And we just wait until we get a big creature. So that Kami of Old Stone's doing some good work.
So it will stop and ask us to sacrifice?
I'm really surprised he killed our Gnarled Mass and not our Blood Speaker.
Non-black creature, it says.
What? Oh.
That spell says non-black.
I want to say yes. Yes, I do.
You
We
want
get
the 5-drop,
Yep.
and now we draw a card and play it.
If we play it, we're going to lose our Blood Speaker, but that's fine.
No, we'll just lose the other card.
What other card?
We're about to draw.
Oh.
Alright, so don't play that land.
Right. Okay.
And then...
Pass.
Yeah.
Now the problem is, he can block our 5/4 with his 1/7.
We could theoretically draw a combat trick.
No, we can also just get the second Bloods. The
I
second
mean, we're
card.
definitely going to do that.
I'm going to play a land.
Yep.
And then next turn we can get our 6/4. And then we can start attacking. Oh, it's a spirit. Well, now we can't start attacking. Alright. The good news is we're getting card advantage. We're drawing essentially extra cards off Blood Speaker. And that Nezumi Cutthroat is not particularly impressive. Card. Yes, we would. Let's get our only card left.
You gotta go to draw. Alright, so play that land too, otherwise you'll have to discard it. It doesn't matter, you can cast first. That is also a spirit, by the way.
Yeah. And then we keep the land.
No, just play it. And then you won't have to just... Oh, no, never mind. Keep the Blood Speaker.
Yeah. Alright. So now our opponent...
Wait, if they don't tap down a thing, you can attack this turn.
Yeah, but they're tapping down the thing. Well, tapping, it doesn't matter. They just block with their 1/7.
If they forget to tap.
Alright, now the nice thing is spirits and arcane spells make them exile cards out of their hands.
Oh.
So they can't keep up tricks easily.
It's amazing with that stupid little tapper.
Okay.
is doing for them. They can't attack with that though.
They can attack with that. It's a 4/4 first strike. I mean, we can attack back. Is the reason they're not, but
Yeah, they can't attack because we'll win that fight. Alright, you can play both of those?
no. They cost 4. Alright, so if we attack, then that's a 5/5. No, that's a 4. So we still can't attack. Somehow the board has stalled with a bunch of small creatures.
Quite funny.
He can actually attack with the Kitsune Blade Master, and I would be, because it attacks as a 4/4. Okay, what's going to win him the game if left unchecked?
That flying creature?
Yeah, it's just a 4/4 flying. And that's all you really need. No. Now, you know, if Kuma wasn't in our graveyard, we'd be great, but he is.
Yep.
Alright, well, there's still no good attacks. Not really sure what we're trying to draw here.
I mean, eventually we can just attack with enough to kill him in one swing. We should check every turn to see if we can do that.
We can't, because he's been playing creatures.
But he has to keep playing creatures.
Right, he taps down this, blocks this. Well, we don't have consistent card advantage anymore. So then... blocks 1, blocks here, blocks here, blocks here, blocks... We get through 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have lethal next turn if he doesn't play another creature.
What's he doing?
He's returning a creature to his hand.
I'm playing it.
Yeah. And his other creature comes back untapped. So we no longer have lethal. So if we attack... doesn't help, because he has enough blockers, so we just have to pass again. Yeah, if he didn't have a spell that turn, we could have killed him. But he wouldn't have attacked. He would have not attacked, probably.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know. The good news is he can't really keep back combat tricks. The bad news is we are dying.
Yeah. So if he swings that creature, we still don't have lethal?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, we only get 2 for the 2.
A little late.
The good news is whatever card's in his hand is no longer in his hand. He's just going to cast it. Destroy target non-spirit creature. Oh, that's awesome for him. The good news is we don't get blown out by that later. The bad news is he still was able to cast it. We still got a couple turns. Because he can't swing out. Oh, we could have it.
He didn't tap a creature that turn? By accident?
It doesn't matter. He had 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Alright. So if we hit again, we might be in a decent spot.
We basically have to hit on this next turn though, right?
We've got 1 turn left. But yeah, we have to hit very quickly.
I think we have to hit right now.
No, he only hits us for 4 this turn.
But we have to play it and then attack with it. Right?
Okay. So, okay, we have to kill him on attack because it will definitely kill us on the backswing. Let's go to combat.
Right now?
Yeah, we're at 5. I mean, we either kill them and... Okay, so they tap one of our creatures. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 of our creatures get through, we get through for 4 damage. It's not good enough.
Alright, so if next turn we draw a Spirit or Arcane spell, we might be able to do it.
If they don't draw anything. The good news is it appears they don't have a lot of flying either. So if we bring in any kind of removal to kill like Hikari, I don't think they'll have the ability to push through damage. It's really unfortunate we don't have an Azumi Cutthroat because it's been very good on this board. Being that it, trades for one of his really good creatures and it would have been unblocked for multiple turns.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I considered picking it over Kumo. Because it's a more impactful card in the style of deck we have, but... And we still couldn't cast Kumo even if he was in our hand the whole game.
I think they didn't draw something.
They should just attack for 4.
Don't they die?
No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 of our creatures of their choice get through. We only do
That's
4
not
damage.
enough. But they think it's enough. That's all that matters.
Yeah, that's a weird play.
Well, so keep in mind, if Wicked Akuba gets through, we killed him.
Yeah, but they choose blockers. Why would Wicked
So
Akuba
keep that in your hand.
Yeah, we're just gonna wait. There's no reason to attack. They don't want to attack, I don't want to attack.
Alright, so if they don't tap a creature, though, do you attack?
They tapped a creature, so no. Unless we draw something to change this, nothing's really changing on the board. I mean...
We just need to draw a Spirit or Arcane. Alright, so they didn't draw anything, I don't think.
I have no idea why they're waiting.
Maybe they're doing the math different than we are. Maybe we're not seeing one of our own abilities.
Well, I see no Dachi.
Alright, so definitely tap the forest first. So you want to put that on a non-spirit. Right?
It has to do enough damage. We don't have any non-spirits that are that good. Blood Speaker's the best equipment card.
Alright, we still don't have it though if they don't attack. So I guess we just pass? Go to
No,
Palm?
we can put it on Kami. That's 5. Now we need 2 spells then, so it's 6. That's 5. Yeah, it's not enough. So yeah, we don't have any good attacks still.
Alright, they're gonna keep tapping the same thing though.
We can just change the target. We can make it have them have 3 targets they have to block and whittle them down.
Well, if we attack once and don't kill them, they kill us on the backswing.
No. We can put it on... The problem is I want to put it on Gut Wrencher or Oni, but that's what they're
Alright,
tapping.
we just need a Spirit or Arcane. That's a Spirit. Alright, is this it, Daniel? Or do we need to wait one more turn?
We need to get the Nodachi on something that matters more. No, that would just be a 5 as well.
So we go to combat.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They tap down our biggest creatures.
Which is the 6/4.
No, the Trampler. They tap down the Trampler.
Okay. So now
One,
they
two,
have
three,
5
4,
creatures
5.
that can block, and we have 4. We have 9, 8 creatures.
8. We have 8.
Alright, so that means 3 of our smallest creatures get through.
1. No, they
Oh
block.
no,
and
we
kill.
have.
They block and kill Skull Snatcher, so that's one more. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No, they only have 5 blockers.
They block and kill Skull Snatcher. They block
okay.
and sacrifice to kill it.
Alright, so
One gets through. So we get through for 2.
I think we get through for 4, right? 5.
5. Still not
Okay,
good.
so next turn.
I mean, assuming something else doesn't change. Maybe we want to move Nodachi onto a Gnarled Mass. That doesn't really help.
I think it's on the best creature right now.
I think it's on the best creature as well.
Alright, so they drew something.
Yeah. It's a good something too. Alright, so now we need to draw something.
There's nothing we can draw. Alright, so turn them all sideways.
Yeah. Yeah, Fishers would point out the same thing, that the Scuttling Death represents essentially another blocker. Because we had a 2-1.
We lived a lot longer than I thought we would.
Yeah, we're just getting through 4 damage, which is... We would have gotten through the same amount last turn as well. Or if we would have gotten through 1 more, but it doesn't matter. Alright, so we'll have to decide. Do we want to try to stay as lean as we were this time, in the face of a lot of other lean cards, or do we want to go over the top of them? Our sideboarding decisions will be very important, but we also have to remember we only have 12 minutes to do these next 2 matches, as do our opponents. I can play pretty quick with triggers, but... Alright. Let's begin sideboarding. You want to go bigger, or do you want to stay lean?
It's up to you. I mean, all we needed was the Pit Lord, and we had to win that game, so.
I mean, yes, the Pit Lord. We can say that for any game we play, that we don't care about that. The Pit Lord will win you every game you get a cast in.
Yeah, but I mean, that was a complete board stall that would have Pit Lord would have ended.
So we want to work towards more board stalls where Pit Lord will be better, which means slowing down the deck and pulling out more 2-drops. Like this.
I mean, we can pull out the bad 2-drops.
And Connie of the Waning Moon.
Now, the Waning Moon is actually pretty good against them if we get it early. Because they don't have much black. So Fear is pretty potent.
That's true.
I do agree with putting a Bond Kami in, though.
So you want to go slower. What else are we pulling in? We should pull in Scuttling Death and Crawling Filth.
So, is Taproot Kami a spirit? Because we can always sacrifice it to the Devouring Groot.
They are.
I mean, I don't know if you want to play them still. I'm just telling you.
Alright, so we're slowing the deck down.
Now, we don't want to get it too slow, though.
So I think I want to We could drop Skull Snatcher or Wicked Akuba. 2 drops are the cards best to drop. I think I actually want to drop Skull Snatcher because of how bad it is, and then we don't have any 1 toughness targets.
Okay.
Um,
You're gonna have to cut things a little bit faster, though.
We got a minute.
I don't like the Honor Worn.
if our curve's that high? Okay.
I mean, you can always keep it. I'm just
Alright.
throwing stuff out. What else did you pull in that we didn't have last time? We have 2 Taproot commies that we didn't have last time, and something
Do you
else.
like the 3-1?
That one's pretty good because it's 3/2 when they block.
Kami of the Waning Moon.
I mean, if you want to cut Kami, that's fine.
The Fear is nice, but I don't think I actually want that in here.
You need to cut 3 cards.
Let's cut Call for Blood.
Yeah, I think Call is not that good.
Kami of the Waning.
I don't like Taproot Kami all that much. It's just an idea with the Devouring Greed.
Okay, we got 20 seconds.
Just cut the other Taproot.
Alright. We would like to play first. And we'd like to mulligan.
What a terrible hand.
We'd like to keep.
That's a terrible hand.
Yeah, but it's pretty hard to mulligan down to 5.
I agree.
Let's keep it on top. I mean, at least our first 4 drop is nice.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, we can play the 4 drop and then ninjutsu the other 4 drop.
Yep.
Just kind of hoping they wouldn't play something. Oh, there's a 3 drop.
Yeah, the Kami still, the Curse Rune still attacks through it though.
Yep.
And we can take the cards out of their hand and try to just slow out the game. Or they're just gonna try to murder us.
Yep, they're doing a pretty good job.
Alright, so do we still want to put that out?
If we draw a land, we'll just play it. We didn't.
Okay, let's attack with the Cursed Rune. Alright, so if we draw 2 lands in a row, we've got Scuttling Death, and Scuttling Death can kill the Cutthroat or the Split Tail. Shining Shoal. Man, our opponent is going to crush us. Like, we did lose 2 cards, but we also lost a creature, so that was a really good play on their part. That Shining Shoal's been real nice.
Yep, they're just going to destroy us. That was a quick draft.
Okay,
So they've had basically the perfect curve.
we've got 5 mana, so we can play Scuttling Death and trade with one of their creatures. We can play the Rowan and trade with one of their smaller creatures. We can play the Cursed Rowan and have it be a 3/3. I like that best. I also don't want to play Spirits because he can tap them down. So he can attack with the Kitsu Blade Master safely, and that's it.
Actually, what? Spirit? What's that guy do?
He prevents 2 damage.
So he can attack with all that stuff then, right?
Yeah.
Because we can't kill it.
Yeah.
No, we can't kill that one.
No, he's going to prevent 2 damage to it.
That's not enough. Key is we're at 5.
Yeah.
That'll help. No. Play
He'll
the
tap
free-
it down for free.
Ah, good point.
And now we can block Kitsune Blade Master and the 2/2.
Yep.
We'll play the Gnarled Mass next turn, and then he'll have something to tap down for a while, and eventually we'll hopefully get out Scuttling Death. And that can kill the Split Tail, and maybe we can claw our way back into this game before he plays something with flying. Unlikely, but, you know. Our shift to a higher cost was really rough because he shifted down and we shifted up.
Or he just drew correctly.
That's true too.
Our only problem was discarding our big demon last game.
Alright, we just play Scuttling Death.
And that's it.
Or sorry, Gnarled Mass. We don't play Scuttling Death. Because then he can get it for 2. And we play another Gnarled Mass. I mean, if we can get just a couple more turns where he's not tapping down our stuff, we might be in an okay spot. Not that it's likely. Likely we're going to die terribly to a bunch of tiny foxes and rats and spirits. Because, you know, foxes and rats and spirits was what Kamiga was all about. Alright, so we've got 2 blocks. We can block the Kitsune, make him save that, and then trade our 4/2 for either of their creatures. Or we can block both of these and then kill both of them for sure. And we
Okay.
can't save any.
Go for it. It's one you did the wrong thing.
Oh, it's stun attacks. Cancel.
Now if he has a combat trick, we just lose. But we were probably going to lose anyway. Yeah, definitely don't.
Alright, so we should go down to 3. And this should kill both of his creatures.
If you have 6, can he just do the thing?
He probably won't. I mean, like, he could, but that's a bad play. Because if I didn't F6 and I just F2'd really quickly, he just wasted his card. Alright, and we're dead. Alright, that's it.
Yep.
Rough stuff. This is quick. Although, I did like how the format played out more. Like, I enjoyed those games much more than I enjoyed the games we played last time. Things were fast. Things happened quickly. I mean, it was about combat. It wasn't about, you know... I mean, the second game, our draw just wasn't great. But the first game, there was a lot of play to it. If our opponent didn't just keep curving out, we might have been able to get back into it. So I felt like that was better, even though we only, you know, we lost in the first match. But whatever. The games were more satisfying. I didn't feel like I was doing a whole lot of nothing for turn after turn. Alright, guys, so that's Champions, Betrayers. We may or may not do another one tomorrow. I didn't mind how the decks were turning out. If I did another one of these, I think I'd want to try to stay lower again. It's just the good cards that are expensive are often uncommons and rares, and you have to hope you get them. This person obviously was the person that ended up them, but they didn't win with their uncommons and rares that time. They just won by beating us to death with low creatures. Which, that seems to be the way to go about it. Alright guys, Mobius pick out.